Adam Gorney, Rivals.com here with new Auburn coach Bryan Harsin, on the job for less than 2 months here. What's it been like for you just moving across the country, moving to the SEC, and then trying to put together the finishing touches?
Yeah, well, it's been exciting. It's challenging. And one of the things under the circumstances right now, we're not on the road. We're not out recruiting, which is a little bit of a disadvantage. The advantage is we're able to be here around our players, to build a staff, to have the coaches come in here and then be a part of helping build the culture that we want to establish here, but also getting a chance to talk to a lot of recruits and families and things like that via Zoom and FaceTimes and phone calls. So it's been good from that standpoint to be able to be here and to be in one spot and to know, hey, this is what we're doing right now. And then I think we're all hoping to have an opportunity to get out and see these coaches, get players on campus, go see and evaluate players live, which, we're coming up on another cycle of potentially not being able to do that. So those challenges in itself, they're obviously real. It's not just our staff, it's everyone. But one of the better parts of the situation that we're in right now is being able to be around our guys, which this time of year we're usually not. So it's been good to be able to connect with the players here at Auburn.
How much are you itching for that and for your staff to just get out on the road, introduce yourself, get to know the coaches and all of that stuff? And like you said, right now it's sort of a disadvantage.
Well, it is. A lot of these guys that we're talking to now, they've been on campus at other places. They've got a chance to meet staffs, to meet people. And, we want to be able to do that as well and get out with the high school coaches and be able to have clinics and to have the coaches here on campus or to be there at their schools and just spending time with them. We'll get it. We're doing like we're doing right now. We're having a lot of conversations like this, but I think that in person, shake somebody's hand, look them in the eye, spend some time with them, be around the families, the body language piece that you just don't get to see when you're on a Zoom call, or the evaluation piece live where you get to go out there and just see guys and watch them work. And I think we all want that normalcy right now. And for us in recruiting, that's a big part of us getting back to that. And so we all want to see that happen and we all want to be able to do that. But that's also going to mean that we all get to do things that we haven't been able to for a while. And we'll be making progress towards getting back to normal if we can do those things.
Let's talk about some of these guys in the 2021 class. How important was it to keep Dawson today? Was there some nervous moments there?
With Tavares, no. I mean, he never wavered.
Yeah.
And but yes, I mean, as far as just getting that relationship rebuilt, this is where he wanted to be. This is what he's always, I think, had in his mind as far as his future of being at Auburn. But we had to reconnect. We had to reestablish a relationship. We had to build that, and our coaches did a great job. For the other guys, it was about fit, and you're looking at, all right, there's guys that have signed. There's guys that haven't signed. You're connecting. You're building relationships. There's a lot of guys that we talked to. And as we looked at our team, obviously the needs we have here for positions, but also just, all right, what's the culture we're trying to build here? Who are going to be the right fits for our program, and ultimately who wants to be here? And then you look at guys too right now. I mean, these are guys that are going to come in and develop. What's their potential? And so we've got guys on our team that we signed that we feel all have a high ceiling. They all need to develop. We can do that, and that's part of our staff culture. What we have to do as coaches is get these guys to be better than they are in high school, and develop them into Division I football players and to play at this level in the SEC.
You've been great with quarterbacks. I don't think there's any argument with that over the years. Demetrius Davis comes in. How does he fit what you want to do there?
Well, so I went back right when I got the job. I went and watched his film, and he was still playing. He was still competing at that time. And, he can spin it, very productive, good decision-making, and he's able to escape and make things happen. When things break down, he can really go. But I like the way he throws the ball. I like the way that just mechanically he looks. And then I thought the decision-making part too, hey, when guys were covered, he could go make things happen. And then he's a winner, right? He's won a bunch of games. He's had a lot of success. We had our conversations on the phone, getting to know each other. And that position in particular is challenging when you have a staff change. Yeah. There's been a long time that the previous staff and Davis, Demetrius has had conversations, and so I thought we connected very quickly. I thought that coming in here as a mid-year guy is going to help him, and I know how difficult it is too, not just for other positions, but especially at quarterback, to come in mid-year to try to establish yourself, get used to the college lifestyle, figure out what we're doing on the offensive side. It's a challenge. The one thing for him is he's coming in just like everybody else right now, learning something new. So he's right there at the ground level of what it is we're doing offensively. And he's picking things up. He's figuring it out. And he comes in here and makes those type of decisions, makes those type of throws, is able to extend plays with his athleticism. Those are all things that we want in our quarterbacks.
You said earlier today, probably not done for 2021, almost certainly. You might be in the hunt for a running back. We can't name names, but that looks like it's going to happen. What is the philosophy in terms of recruiting in state? Do you go after everybody? Do you go after everybody in the Southeast? Do you leverage the West Coast ties that you've made? Where do you kind of go to get this team to be back in the SEC hunt?
Well, it definitely start in state. And then that's important. And we're establishing those relationships with the high school coaches, and we're getting the state of Alabama covered, right? So we got to start there. You got to start right in your own backyard. You got to know what type of players you have here and how they fit. So that's number one. And then there's recruiting areas here, right, in the SEC and where Auburn's located that have been good to Auburn. And so you start looking at that. All right, we got coaches on our staff that have recruited those areas that have done very well. And then I do think some of the ties over time that other coaches on our staff, myself included, have made. You have ties in Texas. There is some West Coast ties and all that. But, where does that come into play? Really depends on, what type of players are in those areas that we want to try to recruit and what that fit's going to be. So, naturally, you've been in some areas for quite some time. You have relationships with coaches. There's going to be good players there. And then those coaches are going to say, hey, you'd be a great fit with Coach Harsin or what they're going to do at Auburn. Then you have a connection there. And so that really determines how far out of this state and this footprint we go to go recruit. But nationally, that's got to be something that we do here. Yeah. There's got to be guys that are national guys that we want to have as a part of our program, but the foundation's got to come right here in the state. And we got to continue to keep building that relationship. We are not there yet. We're connecting. I'm hoping that we get a chance for some clinics. I'm hoping we get a chance to get these coaches over here to watch some spring practice, to be around us. If that all opens up, because that's going to be key for our success in the state of Alabama. And then, right in that South Georgia area and around where, the previous players have come from. A lot of those areas is where, guys that have been here at Auburn have come from. And so we've got to continue to keep connecting with those coaches, building those relationships, and then certainly recruiting those areas.
Bryan, thank you very much. Great talking to you. And first one's in the books and only up from here, right?
Only up from here. All right, Adam. Thank you, War Eagle.
Thank you.